Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Welcome to yet another episode of WEML-TV Channel 77. I am your host, like the announcer just said, Eric Lima. What's going on, everybody? This is episode 251. Welcome to the show. Hope everyone's day has been blessed as mine, if not better. Better blessed than mine. Hopefully you just have a good day. That's all I ask for, and just put smiles on your faces and whatnot. Some news. Before we get to NXT UK, a little recap event center. Just some big news surrounding the announcement teams that have been going on. As you know, this past Monday Night on Raw was Adnan Virk's last Monday Night Raw. He was released by the company as they mutually parted ways. And also the shocker that happened recently, that Tom Phillips, who has done Raw, who has done SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK, and 205 Live, he's done it all brands. Unfortunately, has been released by the WWE as well. I'm really shocked about this because he was one of the best announcers, and he's been around for a while. I think it's 2014, I believe, or 2013, I forget. And I will never forget his interactions with Alicia Fox. I think that was a pretty funny, interaction between the two of them. And I'm going to miss Tom Phillips. Young Boy Tom has been nicknamed by the folks over Up Up Down Down. And thank you, Tom, for your. But a lot of people are not very happy about this because when Adnan Virk was removed from the Raw team, it could have been made more sense to have Tom Phillips come back. Now that they need a new announcer for 205 Live, I'm sure Vic Joseph will probably fill in. Well, Vic Joseph is doing the NXT thing and 205 Live, since they are one of the same brands, because NXT superstars do compete on 205 Live, and the NXT Cruiserweight Championship is now part of NXT. 205 Live and the Cruiserweight division all are exclusive to NXT. So I think Vic makes sense that Vic Joseph will probably take over there, along with Nigel McGuinness. So that means the Bollywood boys have more opportunities to annoy him, to get him to dance and everything else. And so it is. So it is said that Tom Phillips is gone. Even Kevin Patrick could jump in. You know, Kevin Patrick, and could be the first time ever that an all international team would be formed with Nigel McGuinness from England and Kevin Patrick from Ireland. So I think Kevin Patrick would be great to fill in for 205 Live, or will he be part of Monday Night Raw as well? He's doing NXT. He's doing also main event as well. So what I'm told. So be very interesting to see how the announcement teams. Also another big. Speaking of Raw, Jimmy Smith. Just found out that Jimmy Smith will be the new lead announcer for Monday Night Raw. Jimmy Smith had experience in the UFC, the mixed martial arts. So we'll see how this works out. A lot of people are not very happy about the decision. They should have had Tom Phillips instead. But I'm not part of the IWC, and I really don't care. I'm a wrestling fan. That's all I am, and I like watching the show, and that's why I like watching the brand. I know it's really sad to see some of these talented people get released and all that, but that's the way it is. That's the way, the business goes. Things happen and things need changing, and, it isn't easy. It isn't easy accepting losses and something like that. So we got that in tow. So as you know, Impact is tonight, and I'm going to be able to watch it without interruption because Rant and Rave has been moved to Tuesday nights, which makes it a little difficult for me because, unfortunately, I have band rehearsals, and possibly for the first So because we started, so it was 7 to 8, but the thing is, we don't get done till like 8:30 and almost 8:30, 8:15, 8:30. So unless we had songs that are easy to do, because we do nothing but new songs, and you know what, it could be put a little strain on us voice wise and talent wise. So we'll see what happens. And so by coming a little later, I always warned Brandon Martin ahead of time, and this is how it's going to be for right now unless they change it over. And Hangman Charlie needs to stay in his lane and stay on Thursdays. And I'm sick of this. You know, I knew this was going to happen I had a feeling. Okay, well, I'm cool with the moving to Tuesdays, even though I'll be at band rehearsal. I said it was a problem because I had band rehearsals, but I told him I would come in later, like around 9 o'clock. And him and Jordan are cool with this. That's fine. But when Hangman Charlie said, "Well, I'm going to move to Tuesdays as well," Hangman Charlie's like a little kid, dude. Stay on Thursdays, man. The Thursday Night War is over. What do you want? Oh my gosh, I still can't. I don't know why he does this. It's that he trying to annoy the. Oh, I want to annoy more the Rant and Ray podcast. Well, just leave us alone, Hangman Charlie. Stay on Thursdays. You know, we don't harass you about your show. We come in and we try to be supportive and be friends and, try to listen in. My goodness. Come on, Charlie. Charlie Long. Let's go, dude. Just chill out. Chill out, dude. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes people just can be annoying sometimes. I'm going to move to Tuesdays, too. What do you want to move to Tuesdays for? Bro. Oh, let's see. Chroma key. What the heck is that? Okay, fine. All right. Anyways, just seriously, man. Rant and Ray's moving to Tuesdays. We'll move to Tuesdays. Come on, Hangman Charlie. I don't know. I just find it annoying. That's all. It's like, okay, the Thursday Night War is done. That's fine. Now you want to do Tuesday Night Wars? Stop with the podcast wars, Charlie. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it, man. That's my personal opinion on the whole thing. It's just stop it. Stop it. Stay in your lane, man. We respect your show. You respect ours, man. Oh, goodness sakes. It's crazy. Anyways, let's get off all that because, like I said, Jimmy Smith in, Tom Phillips and Adnan Virk out. That's basically what it is. I'll miss Tom Phillips though. Like I said, I'll never forget him interacting with Alicia Fox. I thought those were funny moments right there. Also, a funny moment when him and Mike Rome trying to interview Chris Jericho at the same time. Tom, Mike, Tom. So, anyways, if Chris Jericho ever comes back to the WWE, he only sees Mike Rome there. There's no more Tom. Tom is gone. So it's Mike Rome. That's it, Jericho. Or you be making the list. But Jericho's not coming back to the WWE anytime soon. So, be well as well as that. On the last episode, played some Bullseye on Thundercracker Thursday, but let's just say if you haven't watched the episode yet, I suggest you tune in. Let's just say a malady of things, craziness has happened in that game. Let's say that. Let's stick with it. You know what I mean? All right. Let's start it off. NXT UK Event Center for May the 27th, 2021. Before I continue, almost in winter weather. Ugh. Heaven forbid. We're in May already. It's going to be chilly this weekend, which is going to ruin a lot of Memorial Days for a lot of folks here in New England. Let me tell you. The high is going to be 53, the low 50s. It's the first time, it's been a long time. First time was a couple of months that's going to be that high in the low 50s. But good news is it's only going to be on Saturday where I'm working. So I'm like, great. So temp's going to go down and all that crap. This went in rain. This is what we need, right? I'm enjoying the 80-degree weather. Now we're going to, I hope they're wrong. Because usually they're wrong. Because, hey, it's a lot warmer than that. What the heck? So there's that. Nathan Frazer went one-on-one with Sha Samuels. And after ejecting Noam Dar from ringside, Nathan Frazer capitalized on it, did pick up the victory. And then last week when they had that, they went to last week when they had that 5-woman gauntlet match for the number one contendership. That's one of my Meiko Satomura. They had Ginny and Joseph Connors had a confrontation of sorts with Danny Luna and Flash Morgan Webster on Subculture, and then Joseph Connors and Ginny did a promo on Subculture, berating them, basically calling them lower class. So I like Subculture. I think it's cool, and I think Subculture is like the NXT UK version of M&M, but Danny Luna can't enter a ring like Melina does. That's for sure. But it's about the dynamic of the team, and Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster have been around for a long time, but you add Danny Luna to the mix, and not only a lady to the mix, but she's also a powerhouse. You're talking about a great mix of styles, so that is the case. Also, Noam Dar was complaining about being ejected from ringside, and then he decided, well, I'm going to take it out on Noam, not Noam. I'll take it out on Ilya Dragunov next week. So Ilya Dragunov, Noam Dar going one-on-one will be a heck of a matchup. And Ashton Smith took on Teoman, who questioned the friendship between Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter. Teoman did win the matchup, but then after the post-match attack by Teoman on Smith, Oliver Carter did come to his aid. He finally got over the travel issues. Now he's here. Just came to Smith's aid, so Oliver Carter could confront Teoman in a matchup. Ilya Dragunov did respond to what Noam Dar has been saying, so next week he's going to get him. So, and then Jack Starz was talking to Piper Niven on the phone, got off the phone with Piper Niven, was about to interview, but then Pretty Deadly, the NXT UK Tag Team Champions, was kind of teasing him, like, oh, I miss my friend and all that. And then Jack Starz was about had enough, and he says the big joke is you guys, and they are the Tag Team Champions. So they kind of issued a challenge to Jack Starz to get himself a partner and go after Pretty Deadly. So Pretty Deadly's in need for tag teams to challenge him. Andy Wilde was one of the newcomers to NXT UK, and Kenny Williams, the Luckian, with a new look, he shaved his mustache and got a new look and new attitude. Came out, and the two had a matchup, and Kenny Williams did win the matchup. And then the NXT UK Women's Championship will be on the line in 2 weeks, as Kaylee Ray and Mako Satomura 2 is happening. Both women ladies say they're going to beat each other. We'll see who wins that matchup. And then they had the promo for Rampage Brown versus Joe Coffey 2. When that match will be happening, we don't know, but one thing's for sure, Rampage Brown and Joe Coffey will be a banger, as they say in the UK. The main event was the Mustache Mountain Man, Mr. Trent Seven, versus the Thunderstorm Sam Gradwell, who I call Mr. Big Mouth. And if there was a perfect song for Sam Gradwell, it'd be Run DMC's You Talk Too Much, because this guy, Sam Gradwell, calling Trent Seven a yogurt, ran his mouth, and then all of a sudden, in the end, Gradwell's mouth got him into trouble, and Trent Seven did win the matchup. And people are saying that the win by Tyler Bate in the NXT UK Heritage Cup has reinvigorated Trent Seven's career. Also, the quest for the Cruiserweight title against Jordan Devlin also has made an impact in Trent Seven's career as well. So we will. So that's that's NXT UK Event Center in a nutshell for May the 27th, 2021. As you know, SmackDown tomorrow, May the 29th. As you know, the era of the Thunderdome has one more month until July. And mid-July, they're going to be back on the road doing live shows and all that. Things are slowly but surely getting back to normal in this country. They'll be getting back to normal in the state in about 2 days, and kind of good timing with the summer kicking off. But weather-wise, it's not kicking off the way we want it. You know what I mean? I mean, this sucks. Chilly, rainy. That means we got to go back. I have to go back and get a hoodie, put a hoodie on, and get an extra layer of clothing underneath. We'll see what happens, and boy, it's going to be totally crazy. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown and 205 Live. We'll find out who is going to replace Tom Phillips on 205 Live, along with Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness will be there. I would not be surprised if Vic Joseph. But then again, Kevin Patrick could Who knows? So there'll be some mix and matching announcing teams and all that. And the reason why we have not seen they finally did air the bump today, because I don't know what happened. They must have messed up yesterday. They did air the bump, which Caleb Braxton wasn't on because he's over at SmackDown. We will see what develops next week, because we got a lot of new announced teams. Jimmy Smith of the UFC announcing teams will be joining up with Corey Graves and Byron Saxton over on Raw, and who will be joining Nigel McGuinness over on 205 Live. Like I said, a lot of mix and match and combinations happening. So I wouldn't be surprised if Vic Joseph does come back to do 205 Live. Or will Kevin Patrick be the new guy? Or about Byron Saxton? Who knows for sure? A lot of announcing changes over definitely on Raw. I was kind of shocked to find out that Tom Phillips got released. Whoops. Yeah. So I was kind of shocked that you see, it's hard when you're Portuguese. You always talk with your hands, and that's the problem. And you end up knocking like whip, and like okay. So we'll see what happens next week. How hopefully they have everything out, because the pandemic is really it's really made the WWE scramble a lot, because you had released talents. You got talents have been released. I know it's like every year they get releasing talents, but you're going back on the road and everything else, and kind of like the timing of everything is kind of like, okay. I know a lot of IWC has been complaining about, and that's why most people hate the WWE, because of Vince McMahon and his old school carny like attitude and all that. And I have to agree that he needs to get off that attitude. And you're forgetting now. And when the whole steroid thing happened, and they were talking about this on the Ultimate Warrior's biography, when steroid allegations happened in '92 and whatnot, late '92, mid '92, '93, Vince knew he had to make a change, and like the era of the big guys and all that, and he's got to understand that in order to keep the company afloat, you better get guys that are not only marketable. I mean, it takes more than just muscle to be a marketable person. It's great athletic skill and all that. Now, Bret the Hitman Hart had it. That's why they decided to make him champion. As a result, or Ric Flair, and because that's why I think Ric Flair became the champion. Because Ric Flair didn't even take any steroids, and I think that's why they. I think my personal opinion why they put Ric Flair over as champion, because of the allegations going on. So, anyways, and because the Ultimate Warrior was not around for a while, Hulk Hogan has been in the background, mostly in '92. That's another reason why. '92 was kind of like a crazy year for the WWE, because Hogan was not around as much because of the court case against Vince McMahon and everything else like that. So they brought back Ultimate Warrior. They made Undertaker a face, and they made Bret the Hitman Hart the champion later that year. Ric Flair the champion. So it was Ric Flair, Macho Man, and Bret the Hitman Hart were champions that year. The Intercontinental title was Roddy Piper the Hitman. Beginning of the year was the Hitman, and then Roddy Piper, then British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels. They were the Intercontinental champions that year. Tag Team Championships that year. LOD, Money Inc., the Natural Disasters, and so, and you're talking about, and most of these teams were, most of these superstars, they didn't take the steroids, and they didn't, or didn't have any issues or something like that back then. It was a crazy times. It was crazy times. So I think Vince needs to realize that, listen, because, the allegations and all, you're going to make marketable champions. So I think it isn't easy doing that. Anyways, so I will see you guys later. This will be all for episode 251. On the next episode, I will give you the Impact recap, since I'm able to watch Impact without any interruptions tonight because of Rant and Rave podcast, because it's not going to be on tonight. All right, I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and wonderful rest of the day. Until then, this is Eric Lima saying bless out.